G'day Guardians, Rogi here, and today we're going to be asking the question, how good are Nothing Manacles? Nothing Manacles is the new Warlock Exotic gauntlets released in Season of the Lost. They're sporting the perk you gain an additional scatter grenade charge and enables tracking for scatter grenade projectiles. Now, scatter grenade kind of acts like a mini top tree Nova bomb, doing explosive damage on impact and sending out mini bombs seeking down any additional enemies. When brainstorming up how to make Nothing Manacles feel a little bit better, my objective was clear. Make a build that focused on discipline and grenade refund mods. I went with an Elemental Well build, utilizing Elemental Ordnance and Reaping Wellmaker for my well creation, while making use of Elemental Charge to become Charged with Light. My final two mods were both Firepower to consume that said Charge with Light, giving me back a portion of my grenade energy on cast. To further support this, I put on double bombers on my Bond, which lets me get that last bit of energy back in a pinch. With all of the necessary mods in place, it's time to see how this exotic performs. Using it, it's pretty self-explanatory. Throw the grenade into a swarm of enemies and watch them light up in a purple explodey goodness. But the same effects can be achieved without its exotic perk, so let's take a closer look at the tracking effect that Nothing Manacles gives to the scatter bomb. After a ton of use, I'm finding the tracking effect inconsistent at best. Sometimes the scatter bombs will track down a combatant like they're holding your Vex Mythoclast that's preventing you from the Fate Breaker seal. Other times it ignores them like a blue engram after a strike. And as you can see here, about half of the projectiles seek out that Minotaur, the other half just kind of explode into nothing. So it's really inconsistent, but when it works really, really well. Taking it for a spin in PvP yielded a lot of the same results. Throwing it directly at their feet found to be the most successful application. The seeking projectiles really not favoring a Guardian any more than just a regular old combatant. I was really hoping for something more akin to the Swarm Grenade, where the projectiles aggressively hunt down any enemy within range, potentially clearing out a room. I reckon this would have been a great way to contest Contraverse Holds, trading that ability energy for sheer power. Another thing that caught my eye was how the scatter grenade performed when charged versus uncharged. Now, I could be wrong here, but from my observations, it feels like charging the grenade caused the Seekers to fly further in the air, which sends them out of range for the tracking to come into effect. If this is the case, you'll need to be a bit more deliberate when choosing how to cast your grenade. A fully charged scatter grenade will deal more damage, but an uncharged will allow the Seekers to hit more targets, effectively clearing the room with greater efficiency. But now we come to the purpose of this video, the crux, if you will. Just how good are Nothing Manacles? Honestly, not very. They're outclassed pound for pound by Contraverse Holds. I devoted an entire build to refunding grenade energy and still could not match the uptime of my void grenades that Contraverse Holds provides. If they improve the tracking of the scatter bombs to be more aggressive and reliable, then maybe, just maybe, we'd have an exotic worthy of the gauntlet slot on a void lock. Despite all the inconsistencies in the tracking, I still believe that Nothing Manacles is a fun exotic to use. Taking it into a solo lost sector for the champion burst, or just mindlessly farming some Altar of Sorrows. Landing that perfect grenade in a group of adds or at the feet of a champion is such a satisfying feeling, and the damage output makes it worth the while. There you have it, my thoughts on Nothing Manacles. Pick one up next time ARM rolls around in the Lost Sector rotation. I guarantee you'll have a blast. Would love to hear about your experiences using it and what other mods could further enhance this exotic. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.